you lay a lot of emphasis on antiquity in your book.
Yes.
And also you trace it. So if you could tell about when you say that this is the sixth Manu's children and the whole descendant, if you could just throw some light on that part.
So in my book, I start with antiquity. And the reason I start with antiquity is that people understand why Ayodhya is so important for Hindus. And not only Hindus, Ayodhya should be a place that is important to the whole world. Because you see, one of the common things that I have found across all religions, and why I'm saying all religions, because there are not really many religions, there are 3-4 of them. For one, it's Abrahamics, which is Judaism. Abrahamics, Judaism is the most ancient. And for all religions that have come out from Hinduism, let's say Hinduism, let's say Buddhism, Jainism, and all other smaller or bigger cults have come out from mainstream Hinduism. And Islam, Christianity have, all Abrahamic religions have actually come out from Judaism, right? These are the two parent religions that you may want to call them. Now, all of them talk about the flood, the pralay, right? And amongst all of them, the most ancient is Hinduism, correct? Am I right on these facts?
Of course.
So if the most ancient religion in the world, or a dharma as we call it, because there's no one God and no one book, because all these follow one God and one book, and we are dharma, says that there was a pralay, and then all of them copied the same. There was a pralay, and that after the pralay, there was somebody who regenerated the human species as well as the other species, correct? Now, Valmiki Ramayana speaks of the same thing. And, we all know the story of Manu. The story of Manu is, known to everybody. And in the Valmiki Ramayana, and I've mentioned this in my book, and in my book, who established Ayodhya is the first, because you see, this is, and why I have said all of this, is because Ayodhya is Adipuri. Now, what is Adipuri? Puri means capital. And so Adi means the first. So Manu is the first man. And then what does he do? He establishes the first capital of the world, which is Ayodhya. So technically, Ayodhya then becomes the cradle of human civilization after the pralay. Do you understand that? And there have been 6 previous pralays. So 6 Manus have come and gone. The first Manu was Swayambhu Manu, which a lot of people confuse with the current Manu. The current Manu is the 7th Manu. So his name is Vaivaswat Manu. And who is Vaivaswat? Vaivaswat is a sun god, and Vivaswan. And who is the sun god? And there are around all of them. There are around a few sons, and they're all the sons of Diti, gods. They are from there. Okay. So what does this say? And I'm just giving this is sort of common knowledge that I didn't feel I needed to write all of that here, but this is sort of common knowledge we know. But then let's take a look at what Valmiki says. He says, Ayodhya nam nagri tatra asit lok vishruta. What this means is, Ayodhya ki jo nagri hai, the district of Ayodhya is famous across the world, because it is the first established capital of the world by the first man. And then he says, Manuna manav indren ya puri nirmata swayam. Manu, जो जो मानव में इंद्र हैं, the king amongst men, the progenitor of the human species, the king amongst men, is the one जिन्होंने इस पुरी का स्वयं निर्माण किया था. He was the one who got this city created and built. And why? And I hope now you know why I emphasize on it. And then again, I have said, who is Manu? And we underestimate who is Manu. Manu is spoken about in the Gita. Gita, Shri Krishna says that I have taught people the knowledge of yoga, which is, and he specifically speaks of Jnana Yoga, Gyan Yoga as people call it, but the correct pronunciation is Jya, so Jnana Yoga. So he says, I first taught it to Vivaswan. Vivaswan taught it to Manu, his son. Manu taught it to Ikshvaku. Ikshvaku's lineage is the one under which Prabhu Ram is born. So our religion, our dharma actually comes from Manu, Ikshvaku, then all the kings, Raghu, Ram. So Hinduism also comes from them.
Mhm.
And that is why these people are icons for us.
Okay. So
You understand?
yeah, yes. And that is why जो भी फेमस किंग्स थे उस समय के, उनकी सारी लिनेज इक्ष्वाकु थे. ये मुझे समझ में नहीं आता था.
हाँ, ये सारे इक्ष्वाकु के वंश में आते थे और इक्ष्वाकु मनु में थे. और क्यों से कि ये सूर्य के पुत्र थे,
हाँ.
तो ये सूर्यवंशी कहलाते थे.